JEO. Webinar JEO Live Presentation Software. Webinar JEO, your partner in sales and presentations. Webinar JEO, your rock-solid webinar partner for sales and presentations. Webinar JEO, get your message out to 1,000 or 1 million without ever having to leave your desk. Webinar JEO, providing interactive chat, live screen share, face-to-video camera, and many other features. Webinar JEO is your partner in webinar software. Webinar JEO No Limits software, providing you the opportunity to present your message to 1 million, 100 million. There's no limits with Webinar JEO. Webinar JEO Professional Webinar Software. Webinar JEO, professional, rock-solid webinar software backed by Amazon's Infrastructure S3 and your delivery partner in your sales and presentation messages. Webinar JEO. Webinar JEO, get your message out to more people more often. Webinar JEO, enhance your reputation with rock-solid webinar software. Webinar JEO webinar software makes running online webinars, training presentations and sales meeting an absolute breeze. Run sales presentations across the street or across the globe with Webinar JEO professional webinar software. Presenting live to people is hard enough. Don't risk your reputation with anything less than Webinar JEO. Webinar JEO, truly live presentation software. Webinar JEO is your no-delay webinar presentation partner. Capturing leads, converting them into customers, running presentations and sales. Webinar JEO is your partner in webinar software. Share screens, share presentations, share cameras. Webinar JEO allows you to do all that live. Webinar JEO connects you with your customers. Webinars are bringing customers together all over the world, and Webinar JEO is the platform that allows you to connect with your customers live today. Webinars bring your customers together, and Webinar JEO allows you to connect with your customers no matter where they are in the world. Webinar JEO is your partner in sales, presentations, and growth. From a lead to a customer, from a prospect to a friend, webinars are connecting your customers and making sales. Webinar JEO is your rock-solid platform for building your brand, enhancing your profits, and developing your bottom line. When you're looking to get your message out there, you need to reach more people more often. Webinar JEO is your webinar platform tool, allowing you to connect with 1 million, 1,000, 100. There are no limits with webinar software using Webinar JEO. When you're looking to get your message out to more people more often, Webinar JEO is your webinar connection platform, allowing you to reach thousands easily. Make it easy for your customers to buy from you. Webinar JEO puts your webinars in front of them in live time. Run live events, recorded events, any kind of events with live chat and interactive buy buttons and polling. Webinar JEO does all that for you live. Webinar JEO professional webinar software is your partner in growth. Run a pre-recorded event as if it was live. Webinar JEO makes that easy for you. Instantly send out the recording of your webinar to everyone that attended, and even those that didn't. Webinar JEO makes that easy for you. Using Webinar JEO software, it's your partner in webinars and growth. Let your customers do the selling for you. Webinar JEO allows you to bring them into the conversation easily, bringing in the voice of a customer using that social proof that makes Webinar JEO such a powerful selling platform for you. Running an interactive webinar with powerful tools like an interactive whiteboard, screen sharing, and online triggers, Webinar JEO makes that easy for you. Get your customers to buy from you more easily. Webinar JEO puts the buy button in front of them with one click. Webinar JEO makes that easy for you. Webinars are the world's best online presentation tools. Webinar JEO professional webinar software makes running sales presentations using webinars easy for you. Online webinars with interactive chat. Manage your chat box like a pro with interactive replies, canned responses, and even team management and tagging. Webinar JEO professional webinar software makes the management of your chat and running webinars simple and easy. Webinar JEO professional webinar software is your partner in webinars and growth. Your presentation, your reputation. Let Webinar JEO be your partner in webinars and growth. From great-looking sign-up pages to automated follow-ups, Webinar JEO makes your webinar presentations stand out from the crowd. Webinar JEO is your partner in webinars and growth. Millions of dollars every day are transacted using webinars as the online sales tool. Using Webinar JEO makes it easy for you to grab your slice of the massive online webinar pie. Presenting live is hard. Luckily, Webinar JEO makes it easy for you. Be on camera, be off camera, run live presentations, run recorded presentations as if they were live. Managing interactive chat with features such as one-click buy buttons and polling of your guests. Webinar JEO runs all of those features live. Backed by Amazon S3, Webinar JEO is your partner in webinars and growth.